It's been 3 months since the Chiefs fell narrowly short in the Gallagher Premiership final, losing out to Harlequins in a high-scoring match that brought a brutal 18 months of rugby to a close. After a well-deserved summer break, it's game day at Sandy Park once again. And with fans back in the stadium, Rob Baxter's men have the perfect opportunity to start building, as they aim to reclaim their place at the summit of European rugby. There aren't many tougher tests than Munster, who travel across the Irish Sea with strong support and an uncompromising reputation. With several frontline players on the sidelines, the Chiefs will be pushed to the limit in this pre-season fixture. For the men from the southwest, the hard work is only just beginning.
It was a good workout for us today. We were reasonably happy. We weren't too worried about the result. We said that before the game. But we got some young guys onto the pitch and we got some running into some of the older guys too. We're reasonably pleased with that. There's some stuff that we've worked on in pre-season that came together really well. You know, that's what we're really looking for at the moment, is the next sort of group of guys who are going to drive the team forward. You know, you want some of those guys who've not achieved before to come, you know, force their way into the team and drive us on.
Our shape's really good.
Shape's good, yeah.
Yeah, boys, I think the one word to describe that game is a little bit frustrating, because there was fucking good things there from us, but their points probably came from our mistakes, and I would say that's a positive because they didn't really create much.
Away at Tigers first game, you can see from their pre-season games, they're big and very physical. You know, there'll be a crowd there next week for the first time for them in a proper match. So I would imagine the atmosphere will be fantastic, and they'll be very revved up. And you know, today was a pretty good sort of workout for that, very similar in a lot of respects.
We'll get their zones and aggressive, okay? Happy? Right, you've got 5 minutes. Right, and then what we'll do is we'll get somebody up to pull them all together. Wrong, boys. Wrong.
I said we slow the forwards were slow to get to the breakdown. Why we didn't get anyone to that first run, because we're all in the mall, we're not going.
Make sure your feet up all the time, okay? But pretty good, really good pressure. And what you just said there, training to game. Right, the quality of the setup, really important. Anyway.
Number 3 now, please, just there. There's no threat on the outside rear. That ball, and it has to travel a good 15 metres to hit where that little guy is on the goal post.
A little awareness and it's an instant fix, all right? So if you can probably stand there, because as Sean gets out, right, you're probably in the same spot. Make sense?
What's important is tomorrow, please, front row. I just want something about the setup, something about the bike phase, something about the pressure phase when the ball's in. I don't care if it's the same, but it should be important for this game. Okay? That's what we focus on. That's what wins us the game. Line out guys, it's the same. Okay, what's important in attack, what's important in defense. That's what we'll focus on tomorrow. Calls will be part of that, obviously. But keep it fucking simple, keep it fast. Pace is the key against this side this weekend. Alright, good. Let's crack on into the day.
Let's pull our attention into key things in our attack that we're going to get right this weekend. Because if he's starting to defend at 13, he might well be in that position fairly regularly. Perfect mismatch. Okay, get him in the wide channels. All right. Okay. So, real snappy with what we do. So walk through up top, please.
I think we just need to get on with stuff. You know, for me it feels like it's been quite a long time since losing the final, and when the last game you play, you lose and you're a little frustrated and disappointed. What you want to do is get back and start playing again. We'll set ourselves some pretty simple targets. What we want out of this game, what we want out of the next 4 games. We won't look too much further ahead than that. I'm going to set out to the players now, probably in about 10 minutes time in the next team meeting, which will be before our last main training session of the week, just what I'm expecting to see against Leicester. And I'll say that'll be pretty simple, and then we'll pretty much leave it to the players now to run their way in through the game and take charge of things. And I'm just expecting to see just a good Exeter Chiefs performance, and that's what I want to see. I think it's a great place for us to go and play our first game, because we'll be really challenged. We'll be challenged by the place itself, and we'll be really challenged by a team that's looking like they're really going to be ambitious this season. I think for all kinds of reasons, is exactly what we need. You know, I'm not one of these people who just hope for wins and just go, oh, let's hope we get something here and then we can talk about it. If we get it, if we win, we'll have deserved it. If we lose, we'll probably have deserved it. You know, I'm quite open-minded about that part of it, and we'll move on from there.
You tiny lads, you're on Salby.
Speed into the collision. Speed into the collision. And through, run through. Okay, we're going into attack and in attack, we're looking for a counter-attack and a turnover attack. Okay?
I'm personally still got to put the end of this last season to bed a little bit. And I say I might even talk about it today with the players and then go, right, we're leaving it behind now. This is it, we're moving on. Because I think it's important, I do think it is important to have motivations in whichever way you take them. You know, I've got them in all kinds of different ways. Every player will have them in a different way. some guys, their 100% motivation would be this is the season they break into the first team and they play lots of rugby and they want to try and win something. For other guys, it might be, well, this is the season I want to gain an international cap. For another guy, it might be the season where they're focused on playing their first Heineken Cup game. They all have slightly different motivations, and what we've got to do is we've got to kind of zone that down to see, what does it look like, and how are we going to achieve it, and how are we going to start doing that against Leicester.
What do we know about Leicester? What do they want to achieve? What's their kind of philosophy on the game? Score at the other end, right? And that's the sort of mentality we need. That's a great picture for us to counter attack off. Some of the best stuff the work rate we've superb.
Okay guys, just last thing from me is we kind of do this last bit of build-up before training into the game. Okay, had a chat, of course the week I've had a chat with a few players on and off, and one thing I've been advised by a few players is to leave last season behind. Alright, so I'm going to do that today. Alright, and the next time I'll reference probably the end of last season will be if we get into knockout rugby again. But I'm moving on from that now. I'm leaving it behind. And the reason I'm saying it now is, if you want to know how to play on Saturday, that's what I want to see. Alright? So let's make it work, shall we? Pretty simple. Good. Let's like how we trained today then, guys, okay?
It was better than the last one.
Yeah, it's going to be a test, because we actually don't really know how they're going to play. Yes, we watched some of their pre-season games, but they're all a little bit false, and everyone knows that. So there's an element of we're maybe not quite sure how they're going to play. They look solid, and they look like they're well drilled. They know what they're doing, which is obviously what happens with more time the coach is involved. But also, we also don't know just how the season's going to go. There's a few new law changes in there, variations in there, but I think the bigger change would be there's no relegation this year. We don't really know what type of rugby that's going to create, what change there'll be. I think for guys who are, whether it's fear or it's a different style, I don't know, because I think people talk about fear. Like, if you're an ambitious team, you're going to have either a fear or an ambition about what you want to achieve at the end of the year, and that's going to dictate how you play. But you are also going to have to be reactive to other teams. So it might be that teams who just trying to get those couple of wins on the board early in the season, who would have maybe taken shots at goal or tried to create space that way, are they going to use the corner now and just going to go for tries? Teams that went for tries, are they going to look at it differently and go, well, we'll try and score a try in a different way, we won't try and squeeze it, we'll try and go from deep? Until we see how it's played, we don't know. And I think that'll be an interesting aspect of this first round of games as well.
As the new season looms large, and with the defeat in last year's final still fresh in the memory, the focus is on the here and now, as the Chiefs look to get their Gallagher Premiership campaign off to the perfect start.
So early.
Exeter's success has been built on solid foundations. Culture, togetherness, and hard work central to everything for the men from the southwest. There aren't many things better than rugby in the Devonshire sunshine, the calm before the storm.
Yeah, good. I think that captain's running well. Sun's out. We've got a nice little bus trip up together, so it's kind of starts getting excitement building.
The Chiefs arrive as last season's beaten finalists, of course. It's been too long since we heard this. Too long since we...
There aren't many tougher places to play rugby than the home of the Tigers. And after 18 months without fans, the Leicester faithful are sure to be out in force. The Chiefs arrive in the East Midlands short of their British and Irish Lion stars. An open jersey, however, is an opportunity, and Rob Baxter and his coaching staff will be keen to see which youngsters make the step up against a physical Tigers outfit.
Balls on the floor with scrap.
Share the load between everyone. We're just going to feel off this game last time.
It's been too long since we heard this. Too long since we felt this famous old stand reverberating underneath our feet. A brave new Tigers era.
Kick pressure! Reload!
Tuima to the front. Armand carrying it around the short side. Try. Tempest closer than anybody.
No, it's a try. It's a try.
Acts decisively.
Moments are happening just for a little bit. It's us. We've got to take responsibility for every game of rugby we play. Okay, a little bit more, right? That's all I'm asking you. A little bit more.
Dying seconds. Kirsten. Once more, you're going to see the commitment of this Tigers defence.
Yeah, thanks, Brian. Advantage.
It's underpinned everything today. Gallagher Klein, though, has found a hole. Gallagher Klein will scuttle in. A consolation score. Nothing more than that. Something at least for the scrum half to take home with him. In an otherwise thumping win for the Tigers.
Every game you lose, disappointing. Yeah, I thought Leicester were very good value for their win in the end. Obviously, the thing for us to do is to move on and improve. You know, it's not a game I would turn around and say we're going to learn lessons from, because it wasn't about that. The thing we've got to do is look at ourselves, and you just got to look at yourself, see what you can do better. I think there's plenty we can do better. We've got to concentrate on that, focus on it, and move forward to next week.
Let's go now.